Hello and welcome to Battlefield Strategy. Today we're going to cover the Recon Kit and we're going to go over the damage and statistics for the sniper rifles. Also what makes each sniper stand out and where they should be used. We're also going to cover a little bit of C4, mortars and motion mines. I'm also going to give you a few little tips and tricks for each gun and how they should be played in my opinion. In order to use the sniper kit effectively, you're going to have to play smart. Trying to rush in will not work and will more than likely get you killed. With the sniper kit you need to hang back, pick people off. You can push up but make sure you use cover to your fullest advantage. Also, you're going to need to use your pistol a lot. So first up we have the M24, which deals 100 damage out to 10 meters. On the PC this gun has a tiny up and down kind of idle sway. Now after 10 meters that damage steadily drops off to 50 at 36 meters. Unfortunately this means that after 10 meters you will need a headshot to kill people. However, in Battlefield getting headshots isn't too much of a challenge. Little precise aiming, as you can see here in this demonstration of gameplay, I am actually staying behind the window in cover and I've missed a shot, so I pulled out my pistol. Next up we have the first semi-automatic sniper, the Type 88. This deals 39 damage and drops down to 28 up to 60 meters. This means that it's a 3-shot kill in close range and a 4-shot kill at longer ranges. Even with headshots it's still a 2-hit headshot, or one body shot followed by a headshot, or a headshot followed by a body shot will take someone down. But this gun tends to be more inaccurate and unreliable. I found it best to use this gun while staying in medium range or hovering around the edges of bases. As you can see in Rush, I'm sort of staying in behind cover and moving around the outside of the base, picking off people in the centre out in the open. This is probably the best way to use the T88. I'd also recommend ammo upgrades so you don't have to fall back on your pistol as much as I did here. Overall the T88 is not a very good gun. I wouldn't recommend using it. I'd recommend using a bolt action sniper rifle instead, because they have more power and have a chance of a one-hit kill at closer ranges. Next up we have the SV98. This deals the exact same damage as the M24, dealing 10 or 100 damage out to 10 meters, and this drops down to 50 damage. The only worthy thing of this gun to know is the 10 rounds in the magazine. However, the gun also has a peculiar crosshair in the scope, meaning it's a little bit more tricky to use, I find anyway, at longer ranges. So if you want to kill someone across the map, I either recommend the Gall or the M95. However, this gun stands out with the 10 round magazine and the slightly faster bolting animation, or bolt cycling animation to be more correct. It stands out in close and medium range engagements, and is often used by close range snipers and people playing very aggressively with the Recon Kit. Next up we have the SVU sniper rifle. This is the only sniping rifle in the game to have a silencer attached, although this doesn't play into the game mechanics in much ways. It does slightly reduce your noise levels, however you're still fairly audible to anyone using a headset. This gun deals the same 39 damage, which drops down to 28 as the Type 88 sniper rifle. However, I find it tends to have lower recoil even though the gun statistics say it does not. Overall I'd recommend this gun for providing medium range fire support to teammates taking objectives. Overall though, it's not very useful and you'd be better off either using the SV98 or the Gall bolt actions, which are the superior rifles in the Recon class, or the M95 can be good as well. Overall, don't really bother trying to use this, it's not very good. You can try and put a red dot sight on it and use it as a semi-automatic rifle, and then it does actually play a role in some regard. However, as using it as a sniper rifle for picking people off, it's just not effective enough. Next up we have the Gall Sniper Magnum. This gun does the same damage as the other bolt action rifles. However, the key difference between this gun and the other two bolt actions we've covered, the M24 and SV98, is that when you aim down there is zero idle sway on the scope. Now the up and down sway is only on the PC version, and this is the only gun in the PC version to have no idle sway on its scope. This makes it ideal for shooting long range targets and doing long range sniping with 12 times optics. Hold down the fire button once you've fired and you will see where your bullet impacts. This can then be used to gauge where the rest of them will impact. Bit of practicing and you'll be able to pick off pretty much anyone at any range. This is one of my favourite sniper rifles as well to use. Next up we have the very odd fully automatic VSS rifle, which is the only fully automatic sniper and the only fully automatic sniper rifle I've ever seen in a game. It has 20 rounds in its magazine, dealing 25 damage up close, and this drops down to 20 damage at long range. This technically makes it the strongest gun in the game in terms of fully automatic, as it is the only 4-shot kill. With that said, if you try to use the scope on it, the recoil will make it difficult to use. This thing will not long range snipe because it still has sniper bullet drop, and well, all guns in Battlefield do have bullet drop, but the snipers feel it more effectively than others. However, the fully automatic nature of the gun makes this hard to use and predict. You have to be very precise if you want to use this at long range. Ideally you need to stay in close range or medium to close range and pick people off as they come out. Now technically this is a silenced gun, but it doesn't have an actual suppressor on the end of the barrel. The barrel essentially is suppressed. Also, the 20 round clip makes this a very difficult gun to use as well in combat. I wouldn't recommend using this gun unless you're planning on putting a dot sight on it and turning it into an assault rifle. Last up we have the 50 caliber sniper rifle, or M95. This is a peculiar gun in a few ways, as it deals the standard 100 damage, but it drops down to 55 at max range. However, this is also the only gun that can hurt light vehicles such as Humvees and helicopters and ATVs. It has 100 damage out to 20 meters, unlike the other gun's 10 meters. And also, but to counter this, it has the slowest scope in time and the slowest bolt action and reload time as well. Pick your shots carefully and this gun's extra power will be massively helpful to you. If you're using mortar strikes, make sure to drop them on top of objectives and stationary gun turrets such as machine guns, shielded machine guns, TOW launchers and QZLB grenade launchers. Trying to take out vehicles with this will be very difficult because the vehicle driver just needs to move very slightly to one side and they've completely avoided your mortars. Most likely they'll have an engineer which will repair the damage you did. So drop it on objectives to keep enemies from disarming it. Next up we have the motion mines. These are very handy as they point out enemies to all your team. Throw them at objectives to make for easy defense. You can only have one motion mine out at a time and has a radius of about 25 meters I think. It also lasts for about 30 seconds. As you can see, all the enemies are now on the minimap and this makes for very easy crate or flag defense. Next up we have C4, which is probably the most useful piece of kit the Recon provides. This can also be obtained by the assault class running an alt kit weapon. In order to throw C4 great distances, like you see me doing here, you need to hit the throw button and then jump, not the other way around. Remember, throw then jump. This will allow you to throw C4 nearly twice or 3 times the distance even, and it can be very useful for clearing out squads out of buildings, such as I am doing. It's also very useful for throwing over walls to hit tanks and for throwing down the side of cliffs as well to hit objectives. Now the blast radius of C4 is 290 damage up to 6 meters. Then it drops down to 0 at 8 meters. So the damage drops off very quickly. It has a kill radius of about 7 meters. Well guys, I hope you have enjoyed Battlefield Strategy so far. This is the last episode we're doing for Bad Company 2, with the Battlefield 3 Alpha just around the corner. I'm hoping to have an episode covering that. So, it's been good talk, and I'll see you out there. And I'll leave you with this little clip that I got the other night.
Смотри,